Hey everyone, this is Devendra Hardware here from VentureBeat and chatting with
Brett Ostrum. I run the development team for Surface.
Howdy. So we just saw the Surface Pro 2 and the Surface 2. Can you show me, we have one of the few working units here at this event. Can you show me just what are the biggest, this is the Surface Pro 2 here?
This is Surface 2.
This is
Surface Pro 2
okay.
is next door here.
Okay. What are, can you show off the kickstand thing,
Sure.
which I think was a pretty nice change?
We take an approach with a couple of key scenarios. One of the scenarios that we focus across Surface design is around productivity. And that's both in your hands as well as on your lap or on a desk. The first generation, we had a 22-degree kickstand. We paid a lot of attention to what it sounds like, what it feels like when you're opening.
Yeah.
One of the things that we certainly heard from people was they want more options. They want to be able to use it on their lap, on the couch, in the bed.
Right.
And for various heights of people, they want some more options. So we added a second stop to the kickstand. Same attention to detail in terms of how it sounds, what it feels like, the reliability testing that goes on for that product. That combined with a new touch and type covers improves the number of options that people have, the number of places that they can use it. Backlighting and the increased strength and rigidity of that.
So what have you guys learned in the past year? Because I'm sure people have a lot of questions.
Yes. I think there's been a lot of learnings over the past year. Certainly you've seen the success of Surface Pro. The Surface 2, the RT product, has not had the velocity that we expected it to have. And so just working through the expectations for what the hardware is, what the software is going to be able to do, what the ecosystem is going to do, and being able to pull all of that together. So when Panos talks up there about, yes, there are improvements in the hardware, but we understand that there have to be improvements in the ecosystem and the applications that are there and the services that come to life, and recognizing that all those pieces are what part of it makes a great experience.
Gotcha. Can you, what are we looking at here?
This is the motherboard inside of Surface 2. So Panos talked about several of the improvements in terms of speeds and feeds, but at the end of the day for us, it comes back to what are the scenarios that we're trying to enable. We believe with the Surface Vision we are delivering a great tablet where you can get stuff done. Okay. So a great tablet is all the things that you expect. It's about entertainment, it's about media, it's about consumption, it's about playing games. Tegra T40 has a GPU inside that's got 6 times as many cores. They have a long tradition of great graphics performance, and so with their software driver, we're able to get about 8x performance. You combine that with a full HD screen, 46% better color accuracy, which CV has a demo over here. Okay. The same optical bonding so that you don't have air gaps that add reflections and provides a great, rich experience. So whether you're playing games, watching a movie, looking at pictures, or if you're going to work productivity all day long, the screen is going to be a fantastic scenario for that. The other scenario that we focus on in terms of trying to bring that attention to every detail is the video communications piece that they talked about. So these are the 2 cameras. They're mounted just to make it easy to hold onto the glass. Right. This is the rear camera, it's 5 megapixels. This is the front camera, it's 3.5 megapixels. You can see just from the size, it wasn't about how many megapixels we could squeeze into the front. What we wanted to do with this one was provide the best video communications experience we could across a wide range of scenarios. So larger pixels allow you to capture more light. Capturing more light enables you to look great, both when you have the great stage lights up there, but also when you're in a room that doesn't have that same production quality lighting, so that you continue to look good no matter what that dynamic is. From a video communications experience, we also changed from 2 microphones up on the top to 1 microphone face forward and 1 facing back. Okay. When the front camera's on, that's the microphone that we're focusing on. Okay. When the back camera's on, we focus on the back microphone. A couple other improvements that we made, USB 3.0. Typically what people are doing with a USB port is transferring files on or off the device. Might be music, might be documents. So much faster transfer speeds with USB 3.0. The other element, having a great tablet where you can get stuff done, you have to be able to be connected. So we have the same radio, Wi-Fi radio that we used in the first generation, the same MIMO architecture. So no matter how you're holding the device, whether you're holding it on the sides or you're holding it this way, the radios are located here and here. You will not be blocking both of those antennas at the same time, so you're going to have great connectivity throughout. Gotcha. We doubled the bus speed from the radio to the sock so that you can surf the web approximately twice as fast.
Gotcha. And I think you guys made the Surface 2 a little thinner than the original.
Yeah. So the couple of things that we did to make it thinner. So thin and light and all-day battery life continue to be a part of what makes a great tablet. In the first generation, we had 3 parts that made up the system: the kickstand, the back case, and then we had a mid-frame that wrapped itself all the way around. Think of that as a skeleton that held things together. In this design, we shrunk that to just 2 pieces in the back here. So the kickstand one, and then the back case or the bucket and the mid-frame became 1 part.
Okay.
One of the benefits there is when you're trying to design that system as tight as we are, with thin walls and the magnesium and the system assembly that goes together, anytime that you can remove a variable, it makes the system come together in a much tighter, much more integrated fashion. So going from 2 parts to 1 part enables us to make it much tighter.
Gotcha.
If you talk to Ralph down at the other end, he will also show you what the first generation and the second generation look like. There's a seam that runs around there. That seam, you have to make sure it gets centered. You also have to make sure that it feels flush when you wrap your hands around the back. Moving from 2 parts to 1 part was one of the pieces, but the development engineers that we have very engaged in the manufacturing process. So a couple other things that we did. We actually machined to fit every antenna cover for the bucket that it's going into, so we optically measure that piece there, machine the antenna cover and install it. And the development engineers are engaged all the way through the manufacturing process, down to what order the screws go in to hold the system together and what level of torque they get applied to.
Gotcha.
So whether it's removing variables in terms of going from 2 pieces to 1 piece, or what order the screws go in and what level of torque they get applied to, all those things help us to make the system as tight and as consistent as possible. So while we added 25% battery, we also made the device thinner, on the order of a couple tenths of a millimeter, which is very, very precious for us.
Yeah.
We made it lighter on the order of tens of grams. And it's that focus on the scenarios that we take from the start of the design all the way through the manufacturing, engineering, design that enables us to make sure that we're delivering, scenarios and features and performance that have impact for customers.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.